The prophet is. I know you probably want a little break. You probably want to just chill.
No, once I got out and I sang, I smiled.
You put her in a cross with your arms out.
The prophet is back.
He's back.
You listen to the Carver Ave Chronicles podcast with wTone and Trae. We're back.
We're back, guys.
How's it going, brother?
Everything going good, man.
Good,
Just
good.
day by day journey.
I understand, man. Condolences, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
Yes, sir. In particular, I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys because y'all been going through a lot, especially you. And I just want to, like, in any ministry, how hard is it to juggle when real life is happening? You got to work, you got kids, things going on, and then you got a ministry to run. There are people like look for you on Wednesday, look for you on Sunday. Talk about what that looks like.
Well, basically, for us, I can only speak for us because we're going through it. The key to us is simply remaining focused. Distraction is going to always be a part of life. Problems going to be always going to be a part of life. But I come to realize that when you are locked in, you're focused on your assignment, what God called you to do, it makes it easier because you still have to get up. You still got to be in that pulpit on Sunday mornings. You can have problems and preaching to other people, helping them and pouring out into them when you need to be poured into as well.
Right.
But through all that we've been going through, my focus have been God just keep me focused.
Yeah.
Because in any given moment, I could have lost, focus of what I was called to do. Bow my head into my sorrows and everything. Losing pops was one of some that you never imagine.
Right.
You said, man, life gonna be life, and the thing that got me with this whole process, it really allowed me to see that the importance of building a solid ministry to where things gonna happen. You got people to step in to fulfill what is needed. But by us being a upcoming ministry, and also people coming in with no ministry experience straight from the streets, and they still going through the process of change, and we have to be always hands on. God help, but not help.
Right.
The focus has to be there for one thing, and for me to continue to be the father that I am, the husband that I am, the provider that I am. It really take a toll on you, and the thing we were discussing before we got on the podcast, it can be frustrating.
Yeah.
It can be real draining to where you want to ask God, is there something else I can do other than this? If we gonna keep it 100, let's keep it 100.
Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah.
There's been many times we'll roll over and look at each other after getting off of work third shift and got 30 to 45 minutes to take a quick nap and then get up and ready to hit the road. Travel 45 minutes to do what God called us to do. And that many days, many weekends, man, we look at each other and say, you want to do something else,
Right. Yeah.
But despite of all of that, Tony, it really signified my love that I have for people.
Okay.
That's what keeps me going. My drive, no hidden agenda. My motive is just simply want to see people better.
Right.
And so it keeps me motivated with that thought in mind. They might don't want it, but there's somebody out there need it.
Of course.
And so it gives you the extra push. It gives you that drive, despite of your sadness, your sorrow, despite of what you're going through. it always encouraged me. Somebody has need of you.
Right.
And so that's what keeps us moving. That's what keeps us focused. And like I say, man, life can hit you at the least expected times. And, you still have to remain focused. God has need of you. God has something for you to do. So with that being said, that's have been my 3 keys to really maintaining is staying focused, keep my eyes on the promise, not the problems, and pushing my way through
it. So, heaven forbid, you get sick, she gets sick, whatever the case is, who steps up?
Well, like I say, we have people that is able to bring forth the word, but as a senior leaders, the problem we are doing, not the problem. Let me say this: the strategy we're trying to do now is get people to not just hear us.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
they want to be like somebody's looking to give forth the word and it's being received and not just listened to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, and this is the thing that it's a step principle how to grow in God. A lot of people are receiving the word but not applying the word.
Okay.
And so that when application is missing, there's no growth. If I sit up here and just plant a seed, and that seed is into the soil, but that soil is not acceptable of what's being added to help produce the seed, you're not going to get no harvest. And so that's the same thing with people. Their heart is not receptible to what God is giving them. So, their action, amen, and all that, you thinking they're receiving, but in reality,
they're
just
going through the motions.
It's just the emotion.
Yeah.
And so as you grow in ministry, you have to look out among your congregation and the people that God has placed under your leadership and see the great potentials that's in each individual and begin to pour into them that wants it.
So is this, just to go a little bit deeper, is this like one-on-one where you're like sitting down talking with people and like really like working with them and what they might be weak in certain areas, or what do you do?
Well, our ministry is really a disciple-making ministry. If you follow Jesus' ministry here on the earth, when he came into the earth realm, he said, I didn't come to be served, but I come to serve.
Right.
And so our ministry is based on literally developing people to carry out the assignment that God has, saved them for.
Right.
I don't believe there's not one person God pulled out of the world, out of whatever they in for nothing. So, we do a lot of encouraging, a lot of empowerment moments to where now we're ready to start forming small groups and gather, like you said, those that wants it.
Okay.
Because you got 2 sets of people that shows up on Sunday morning that I believe carnal-minded versus spiritual-minded. And some folks that you have to spend more time with than others.
Okay.
And so what we trying to do now is literally just build a foundation, build our ministry on that structure, how Jesus did with the disciples. Mm-hmm. He said, follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. Mm-hmm. So I come to realize that if we can't get the people that's up under our leadership to take observation, in other words, follow us, see what we're doing, and that would bring you into a place of participating in what you got to do. But a lot of people can't stay focused enough and follow leadership.
Right.
It's just like the child game we all played. I don't know, it was in y'all era because I'm 11 year difference than some of you guys. But we played a game called Follow the Leader.
Oh, yeah, we played that game.
Okay, so we all familiar with follow the leader. So what the leader do, you do. So it's no excuse when you say, well, I don't know how to do a thing. Well, are you following the leader? Right. You see, are you observing what your leaders are doing?
Right.
And so a lot of times in ministry, we have people that's up under us but not following us.
Right.
Yeah.
They on social media. Mm-hmm. They seeing everything going on down the street, church. Mm-hmm. But what's taking place in your ministry it seems to be foreign to you because you have not been exposed to it in other areas of your life.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to do the church thing. That's I ain't called to do church, you know. And I came up.
When you say church thing,
Let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I mean by that is simply, a lot of times we confuse the building for us.
Okay.
When we say church, we are the church.
Right.
So I cannot have what I'm called to become. You see what I'm saying? So I'm coming to church to have church, but in reality, I was called to be the church.
Okay.
Do that make sense?
Right.
So a lot of people, you're having what you're called to become. And so there will never be no fulfilling in your life because why? You're still trying to make what happened on last Sunday happen on this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that should be a growth. That should be something different at every level of encounter with God. So my thing is, I want to bring people into transformation, not just modification.
Yeah.
And so when you're dealing with transformation, that's a change. That's a different. But modification is simply I'm just tweaking and adjusting this to look like I'm holy as X, Y, and Z, but never be renewed in the mind. Hearts never change. You've been in church 20 years, but you're still nasty. Your attitude, you know.
Yeah.
So we're called to serve people, but the problem with today's church, people want to be served.
Oh wow.
And they ain't coming to
That's
serve.
very interesting.
Yeah, they want to be served. And so opportunity shows up.
Mm-hmm.
When you dealing with a ministry such as ours, I say small because I believe when you begin to be a large or big ministry, the numbers above hundreds. So we'll consider a small but not small ministry. But when you look at attendance, we small.
I got you.
If I go by,
you're at 99. You might go by. You're at 99 one week, and the next one might be 70.
You might be 17, 6 or 5.
I got you.
So you know you have to strategize and go back and restructure your whole ministry. And so that's where we're at now.
Yeah.
You know we have gathered the crowd, we gathered the people, but the problem is getting them to see the vision that God has given us.
Man, that I'm gonna tell you something. That vision piece, that is for any walk of life.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
If there is a vision that y'all don't share, business, whatever it is, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. I want to get to you on this situation because obviously, you know, you work, you try to hold the household down, things like that. What, like, as far as doing what you do on a daily basis and then the ministry part, how challenging has that been? How challenging is that? And, like, kind of expound on what he talks about as far as, like, you know, what y'all try to do on a weekly basis, I guess.
I mean, it's very challenging. So one thing I always have to do is encourage myself, not my will, but let thy will be done.
Okay.
It's not about me. And as he stated, it's all about the end goal in mind. So it goes back to what I was saying in previous podcasts. I have to juggle.
Right.
You know, and learning how to delegate. So that's what I've been doing here lately with different auxiliaries in the ministry. I'm learning how to allow each department carry the weight of their department. So therefore it will relinquish, you know, the load for me. You know, I don't feel like I'm all over the place.
Right.
You know, so with the home life, of course, you know, I have a few of my kids that are there. So I'm also getting with them so we can learn how to get this stuff, you know, so we can learn how to float. Everybody be all on one mind and one accord and everything just don't fall on me.
Right. Somebody's picking up the slack
somewhere.
So,
basically, that's pretty much what I've been doing in this season. It's just learning how to delegate and not, because I'm one that would take on a task and I would take on the whole task. Right. And I might not even ask for no help.
Yeah.
And if you ask for help, I'm saying I don't need no help. You know.
It's funny you mentioned that my new position is going to be media director for a ministry, and so like I'm going to have to be delegating.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
So I'm about to get used to delegating to people, and that's what the pastor wants. He's like, look, man, come in here and put people in place to get the job done. Right. I don't want you doing everything.
Right.
And so that piece is very important, I think, the delegating piece.
Yeah.
But the same question I asked him, I'm going to ask you. are you working with these people one on one to make sure that they can, when
That's
as
what I
you're
was gonna
delegating, they
say.
can
Yeah,
handle,
that's
or
what I was gonna say.
yeah.
Now we're
Okay,
back to the drawing board to where.
okay,
So therefore, I don't get overwhelmed, and I don't micromanage. We're back at the place to where we have a leadership class where we're training you
okay,
in your position.
okay,
So therefore, you can effectively run it. Yes, we're still here. If you need any ideas, if you need anything to help, successfully run it, we're here for you. But in order to help you master your goal, we're teaching you how to.
right,
And it goes
yeah,
back to what he said, follow the leader.
right.
So.
So this is for either one of y'all. We'll take this right here. As you're delegating or you're working with these people in these leadership classes,
Mm-hmm.
are feelings hurt at any point? Do people get kind of in their feelings about stuff? I mean, I'm just curious.
Of course. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, in ministry,
Oh, yeah.
and it goes back to life itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that you said that because I'm ready to start a teaching series. This is our winning season,
Okay.
and winning the battle over people. And so that is one of the first sermons God is dealing with me. I'm working. I was sitting over there now. That's what I was doing. It's simply
Didn't mean to interrupt.
becoming a people pleaser.
Oh, okay.
You know, that was one of my biggest problems, and I believe still is today. So in this season, I'm gonna win that battle of trying to please everybody, because you can't,
No.
especially in ministry. Because, for instance, Lady T and I, like I said, we back at the drawing board of building, and so we had to go through a season seeing who fits where.
Right.
And so you might be comfortable in thinking that this is where you fit, but in our eyesight, you don't fit.
Right.
So now we have to do some readjusting, and some feelings will get hurt because
yeah.
you thought you was the praise and worship leader, but really you work in the kitchen.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
So it's no more of us just going through the motion, allowing people to play a part, but they don't fit the part that they're trying to play.
Right, yeah.
And so as a leader, and it requires you to just be honest with folks.
Yeah.
You know, I know you want to be on the choir. I know you want to be on the praise team, but baby, you can't sing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Maybe we need
to
put
tough,
you.
Man.
It really is,
it's
because
really
you don't want to hurt nobody, to crush them. Because a lot of people, I'm telling you, if you're in ministry and you're in any type of leadership, one of the hardest things to do is trying to bring healing in an area where somebody is damaged.
Right.
Because I mean, obviously, when you tell them and put them in a place of, hey, this is not for you, they probably
and this is what we had to, be willing to accept, because a lot of times, Tony, we'll hold people hostage. I just say the Pharaoh situation. God told Moses, "Go tell Pharaoh, let my people go." We'll hold them hostages because why? We have need of them in that place,
right?
But God had need of them in a whole different location. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So we would hold on to people that God has literally told you to let go.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we don't have nobody else.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And not only nobody else, is, for instance, not just let go of that position, but let go
of that person.
Let go.
Wow.
Because to release somebody and to set up here and trust God to replace that person that you release, it's going to require more of your faith in God than your faith in the people.
Yeah.
That's wow. So you're saying that the person themselves, this is based on what? Like how they carry themselves, an attitude?
No, everybody's not assigned to what you're called to do.
Okay.
And so you have to now look out and see who fit the vision.
Right.
And, ministry is just like a puzzle.
Yes.
Ministry just like a puzzle.
Yes.
So a lot of time it's just, for instance, you and I and Lady T, we're starting a work, and we know your qualification, we know your gifting, we know what area of expertise that you operate great in,
Right.
And so, but we need you over here. But that's something that you don't have no passion for. You're not great in it. But we'll plug you in and use you until somebody comes. But how long we got to suffer until that person arrives?
Right.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they are harboring that area. But we keep encouraging them like
Right.
they the bomb.com and we know we
It's basically
lying.
like you just like some employers. Some
So,
people are
yeah.
in the building because they need a body in the building.
Exactly.
Right.
And so when God say let them go, you're like, well, God, I don't have nobody as it is.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so our ministry is fairly new to that city. So we have a lot of candidates for different, but we have to find the perfect fit.
Right.
And so in our leadership training, we do subjects, just like I said, finding your fit.
Yeah. And that the one thing about it, that piece is very, when you hurt somebody's feelings or you don't really address them a certain type of way, they're going to walk out of that ministry.
And a lot of people that's already coming into a ministry from a ministry where they've been hurt, they looking to be hurt again.
Right.
They are already looking to be hurt again. So we went through that.
Yeah.
And one of the things I said when I first started pastoring over 15 years ago at our church in Greensboro, North Carolina, and when we first opened up, one of the things I tell people when you join the ministry, what happened to you over there don't have nothing to do with us over here. Give us the opportunity.
Right.
But a lot of people that's coming into church now, they're coming from other churches to where they already been damaged. And so insecurity is low. Trust, they got trust issues. And Lord forbid if it was the pastor who hurt them. So now they looking to see what you're going to do to them that's not have already been done.
Right. Wow.
And so you never get that chance to embrace them for who they are, and they don't get to embrace you for who you really are.
Right.
And so, you can encourage them. You can keep telling them how beautiful you are, how gifted, how anointed you are. But you know what? You're wasting your time if they never heal. Because they waiting for an opportunity for you to do what already been done to them.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so that's a touchy subject for sure.
It's
very
really,
touchy.
It really is, and not only that, for us as leaders, is really mind-boggling because it's leaving you now saying, "Lord God, how did I deal with this individual?" When I already know the pain, I already know what she's going through, and I want to help her, but it goes right on back to like I said, what is her expectation of us?
Right.
Yeah.
What do you require of us? What do you want for us? Because if I never know what you want, I don't know if what I'm giving you is helping you or hurting you.
Yeah.
And so you have to stay plugged in, man. And that's what we do. Go back to the first subject. That's what keeps us afloat. Staying plugged into God.
Staying plugged in.
Because like I say, we can lose at any given moment, man. Ain't nobody above reproach. I don't care how far we get up into the letter of leadership, we still has to stay connected to God.
Right. Yeah. Please like, subscribe, and comment so we can keep you updated on the new podcast that comes out every week. I want to go way back when we first started the conversation. You mentioned social media. Now, obviously, ministries have to embrace social media because it's a quick way to get the word out.
Yeah.
How helpful do you feel like it is, or do you feel like it's more of a distraction to a certain extent? What's your thoughts on social media?
But me personally, I don't like going live. I'm not. This is out of my element. Sitting here with you guys this is you guys.
Yeah.
I tell my wife all the time. I said, "Baby, I get in, to do whatever, but this is y'all thing." I never have been a person always want to be before the camera.
Right.
I can work behind the scene and be my best.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, brother. I've been operating cameras for over 18 years, and now here I'm sitting in front of one. What am I doing?
Yeah. And so, my thing, man, is social media is good. It's good if that's your outlet. It has its good and it has its bad because the way ministry is now, people are critical of the church. They're looking for reason to keep bashing the church, looking for reason to down the church. And the Bible said, "Know them that labor among you." And so the thing is, what you have to be caution, and we were just talking about the Rob Parson situation.
Right, yeah.
You look at the Jake situation that's tending.
Oh, yeah.
And people forget about all the good you've done. Mm-hmm. And when social media leak that just one thing, it takes away all the good, and everybody focuses on that one bad.
Yeah.
And so, me personally, I don't live in the shadows. I don't have nothing to hide. My life is an open book. Our ministry is an open book. So I don't fear social media to that extent. Being exposed to my dirt. Because many people that know me that, I always been a straight, no hold bar, hold back, no punches type guy. Even though when I was in the world, if it come to mind, it'll come out my mouth.
Right.
So I was always been on top of not exposing our ministry. And this is a part of ministry where I'm trying to get our people to understand. I'm here for you. I'm not here for the masses. You understand what I'm saying? Allow us to get to that place. It goes right back to...
So you want a slow growth?
I want a slow growth because that's the best growth for me.
Okay.
I don't want to get out there and we're not equipped,
Right, yeah.
To handle what's the mass to come. I believe, and in ministry, it's just my mindset. I believe we grow you grow the ministry. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing with social media. If I can grow the ministry, I can grow the people can grow the ministry, we can reach social media. I don't want to go half-cocked. I don't want to go unprepared. I don't want to go just saying, hey, we want to just get this out here for the world to see us. Now, it ain't about seeing us. I want them to see the glory of God being manifested in people like us. You understand what I'm saying? Because our purpose is to serve people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm gonna throw this at you. The slow growth, I get it. I worked for a ministry that was like that as well. They preferred the organic, the slow. But because of social media, and I'll bring up COVID, that's what kind of...
And I was going to touch that.
Yeah. Because I was like, okay, so I get it, but because of COVID, a lot of people don't want to come even out the house
anymore. Back, and social media have made it comfortable.
Right.
And so that's the only problem I have with social media, because people can plug in anywhere now.
Yeah.
And say I had church.
Right.
But I have always been one, Tony, to be in the presence of God with the people of God.
Yeah, it's nothing like being in the actual presence of anything. I mean, for example, I got a movie I'm shooting, right? Mm-hmm. And so we do these Zoom rehearsals where the actors are doing this stuff through Zoom, and you could just tell they're not really, because they're not in each other's faces. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, you know what, guys? When we get on set, we'll rehearse again. Yeah. And I'm like, and I told the lady I'm working with, I was like, hey, we're gonna stop the Zoom rehearsals. Yeah. It's not effective.
No, it's not.
It's not effective.
It's not. It's nothing like seeing your brother or your sister,
right,
worshiping with them, man, and versus, behind a camera. I don't knock people who have excelled through social media. I've seen a lot of people, ministry blew up behind social media. But at the same time, I prefer, like you said, organic, slow growth, that we're going to be equipped and ready when that time comes. I always say, Pop Becker said the best, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we're seeing this going to be our avenue to reach the masses, let's prepare now.
Right.
Okay.
Instead of reaching without being prepared.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's what a lot of these small ministries messed up at. They exposed themselves too early to social media. And then people saying, hey, this is what I'm not going there. Mm-hmm. Because you already exposed me to your dirt. Yeah. You already exposed me to your shortcomings. Mm-hmm. And so, church is not a perfect place. Mm-hmm.
No.
Ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
But this is what people require.
Right.
When you want to put yourself out there.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to have it together.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we know we ain't got it all together because we ain't got the right people together. so we try to just, stay in our lane, man. And I don't, and Lady T, and I tell her all the time, that's your avenue. That's your avenue. She is one who I sit and watch, and she don't think I take notes. How she skillfully just handle those areas. And so with me, I you can't tell when I get to talking, but camera, I've been camera shy all my life. I never wanted to be before the camera.
Right, yeah.
I turned down TV deals, ministry, because I knew I wasn't ready for that. The camera is the main purpose. I didn't want to be before the
So here we go. So I'm going back to like how I did her.
Yeah.
So the thing with not being able to be in front of a camera, do you feel like you missed out on some blessings?
I missed out a lot of blessings, Tony. I'll be the first one to tell you I won't be working if I would have took what I should have took 15 years ago.
Okay.
I didn't know that then.
Okay.
I didn't have the people around me, such as yourself, to encourage me. Like, man, listen, like you said, risk comes with life. You know, if you're gonna be successful, you got to take some risks along the way. But I didn't know all of that because I have always been a person, Tony, in life. Even when I was in the world, I was a daredevil, but I was very cautious how I moved.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Timing is everything. And so I hinder myself because I was waiting on certain people getting in position to help do what I was called to do instead of going do what I got to do and go get the team that I need. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never wanted to do nothing alone.
Okay.
I always move with a team. And so me waiting on a team to mess me up.
Right. Yeah. And that is crazy to say that. For me, I've always been alone. So I've never had a team.
You understand what I'm
but
saying?
I get it.
So,
here's the thing. So we've talked in the past about, different things that you have within you.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like, man, let some things go and just do it, bro.
And I'm at that season now, Tony. I agree with you now, but I couldn't see it then.
I get it.
I couldn't see none of that then.
I get it.
And so listen to my wife, such as yourself, and now other leaders. It's like, Doc, man, it's so much in you that the world needs.
Yeah.
But when you have always moved in life, I'm talking about, Tony, as far as I can go back and remember, I never, outside of doing something good, I'm going to put it like that. Now, when I'm out there dirty, I'm doing it by myself, but I ain't telling on myself.
Right. I get it.
When I was out there, but I still had a team. I go do the dirt, but y'all waiting on me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I never wanted to win by myself.
Yeah.
And that's where I am in ministry. I always want to bring people up with me.
Right, but that's the thing. I think now you realize, though, that if you win...
Yeah, they still win.
Yeah.
I didn't see that then.
Yeah.
So times have changed.
Yeah.
To where now you got to see, hey, I got to go get it.
You got to, man.
I got to go get it.
The one thing about it, like, telling somebody, like, look, I'm not getting no younger. I cannot keep letting opportunities get by. The reason why I've always stayed busy and always all over the place. You never sit still. I don't know where my blessing's gonna come from. I don't know. Which is the reason why I always just go all over the place.
Yeah,
that's true.
And that's where I'm at now, Tony. I'm 56, man.
Okay.
And I ain't getting no younger.
No.
No. I can't do the things I used to do. My vision ain't like it used to be. And so,
but why you still have whatever?
And so
you
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now I'm really just strategizing everything and taking everything in. Got the biggest coach I ever had in my life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To encourage me and keep telling me, like, look, time is now. Time is now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. For
some
reason, like, it feels like right now is a time, man. It's just a explosive growth, like just
and man, I didn't see that. I honestly tell you, I didn't see that until I saw my father laying in that casket. That's when things begin to come to
It gets
reality.
real. Yeah.
Because now I'm seeing somebody else gone that I just came into a relationship with.
Okay.
You see, that have always been a reference of me want to,
Right.
exceed in life
Right.
because I saw the life
Yes.
that he
Yep.
missed out on.
Yep. So that's what
And
keeps me going. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when that moment, and like I tell people, you okay? I don't know what okay is because reality have not kicked in.
Right.
I'm staying like Lady T. I was listening. You asked her, how do you maintain focus? It's just by doing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? They was man, take more time. I can't take no more time. Work.
Well, right, yeah. People think staying home is going to.
No.
When you stay home, most people are just sitting there in their thoughts.
Right.
What if? And
Right,
you're not addressing anything. But
and so with social media and all this stuff that you hide behind, man. But the reality of it all, I just stay to myself and to my circle. Encouraged me to be of me. And social media is not a place when you're going through life situations, man, to open yourself up to.
No, and a
Because
lot
you
of people are
have-
just too comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Because social media do one or two things. It'll either build you up or it'll tear
Tear
you
you
down
down.
because you're looking at other people and they're doing well. They look like they're doing well,
Yeah.
and they're really not. You
They're
start thinking to yourself, well,
not.
why?
No.
I'm sitting here doing this. Why isn't my life? Man, look.
And so that's why I said it can be a hindrance or a help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the what people see, they think is reality, and most
It's
times
not.
it's really not.
And another thing I want to add before we go somewhere else with this is because it ain't what it looks like.
No.
And I come to find out, Tony, and it's just same way in ministry and church. We're hiding who we really are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
And Tony, I don't want to sell nobody a bag of goods that ain't true.
Yeah. Man, it happens so much.
So,
like somebody saying, "Do you see that?" I'm like,
Mhm.
no, because I'm not on social media.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you're right. You already on there. Yeah, I'm not because I don't have anything to share for real. Like I just share little stuff that's going on here and there. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Hey, I'm at Bojangles." No.
That's not.
That's not happening.
That's not. That's a way of me personally, man. And I ain't been on social media like that. It ain't because
I ain't seen a whole lot from you now.
I'm learning what to put out and what not to put out.
Yeah.
If I'm more spirit led than me just saying, hey, let me go on the book and see what's going on today. I'm distancing myself now, and I share with not just Lady T, but with the church as a whole, that I think this is a season we need to try to balance our social media life with life.
Some people literally will just take a break and get off of it. Yeah, some people do.
Yeah.
Some people just like, well, I mean, so here's the thing. If you're trying to be an influencer or a content creator or whatever, then you have to.
You got to. That's different.
But for the most part, like, most people, like, they own it because they're addicted to it. And then some people like no, I got to take a break. Like, I'm on vacation. So guess what? Social media, you're on vacation too.
Right.
And then they're unplugging.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot.
Right. I just chose to unplug from it, for my sanity.
Yeah.
Things you're seeing now, man, through the church, it's distasteful, and I don't want that to dampen my drive. There's a lot of discouraging things that you're being exposed to now.
Right.
And the battle is already hard enough, and so we have to battle through the opinions of others, what others are bringing damage to the faith, and so your fight now becomes a universal fight. Because you're standing up for holiness, you're standing up for the kingdom, but the kingdom appearance is torn. And so it's like you're out there by yourself. And so I just got away from social media, man, and just keep my focus and to keep my heart right because it really upsets you to a point when you want to just snatch and grow up like, man, what y'all doing out here? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I look at some stuff like, man,
Yeah.
what
What
is
what is the
happening?
church thinking?
Yeah.
This is
Like, what is going on?
you
Not just
know,
the church, but just the world.
you know,
Yeah.
in that
Like-
sense as well. But you know, for me, not being in the world,
Yeah.
you know, my focus is now, God, is who's next? Who's you raising up to bring the church back to the place it need to be?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not seeing it on social media.
Mm-mm.
Social media is really now. I looked at it at first. Tony was being the place where we was talking about exposure, but
Oh,
it really
yeah,
just
yeah.
showing who's who.
Right.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? It really is showing
It
who's
has
who.
because the news can come so quick through it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, with all the things that is happening in the world, in church, you know, I think this is the greatest season for the church to position themselves to win.
Okay.
And I really believe if we don't position ourselves now, man, you're going to see people just out there, no place to turn to.
Right.
When
Yeah.
I was coming up, when trouble arrived, people turned to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Now people turn to social media.
Yeah.
They turn to
Yeah.
Instagrams.
Yeah.
And that's where they're getting their answers from.
Yeah.
And you
That's
don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, TikTok or whatever. Yeah. No, a lot of
So-
people literally like
Yeah,
they live their life
believe
through
in
TikTok.
that. They
They
believe
do.
in that before they believe anything come out your
That's
mouth.
true.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to be a part of that cycle that is trending now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just like the world is leading the church
Right.
versus the church leading the world.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm experiencing through social media to where I think that, you know, it's not helping the church. It's doing more damage
Mm.
because everybody's following suit. You can go from one page to another, and when one thing is trending, everything else following.
Right. Yeah. Wow, that's some deep stuff.
Yes, it is.
That's some deep stuff. Any thoughts on social media, Trae?
Oh, well, you know me. I mean,
Well, I mean, you're the
It's
social
a-
media queen. You embrace
right.
it.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I mean, it can go both ways. It's just, you know, up to the maturity of the individual. You know, I mean, I'm about like, you know, you are. I've learned to pull away from it because I don't want it to consume me because I'm wasting a lot of time on it. You know, so, but I still stay engaged because I have followers who learn from me.
Okay.
You know, so I use it for a platform to, you know, help the community versus hurt it. And that's why I share, you know, the word, you know, with him from time to time for the same particular reason to help the community and not to hurt it.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I can see this. I can see twofold. You know, with that, it's just all in how you use it.
And that's the blessed part on her part. She has other outlets
Right.
versus me just plugged into that one outlet.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it can be
It's also a tool for her as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it works on both ends, and that's the good for her. But for me, it ain't good because that's the only avenue I have,
I got
and
you.
I have to take responsibility for that as well. But I take accountability for what I allow to get in my ear
Right.
and for I allow to get in my spirit. But you know, I applaud her because she utilized social media for a whole different reason.
Yeah.
You see that others might utilize it. You know, it's just I believe in this hour of the church age, it's not good.
I got you.
I don't believe it's good for the church.
I got you.
Because
I got
it's
you.
like, you know, we trust people to, you know,
Give us,
to
truth.
record. I'm not talking about to record our services.
Oh,
You know, and then when you allow everyone to record, you never know who's, you know, out to be against you
yeah.
Interesting.
and leak
It
out.
goes back to that Ron
know.
Parsons situation.
Right.
Oh,
So that's what I'm
okay.
talking about. I think that's the sad part of social media. You know, it can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing for reasons like that. But
And he mentioned Rod partially because some leaked audio came
Yeah,
back.
that's
yeah.
And you have to be careful who's on your team.
Yeah.
That's for you and against you.
Right.
And so, with us being a small ministry, just imagine that was me.
Right. Real quick on that. So, and obviously, because always when you see that stuff happen, it's always, people be like, well, there are two sides to every story.
Right.
It is.
Most people will create clips and create things that
The
only
worst,
show one side.
Right.
To expose him.
What was the whole reason?
Because you never heard any clip, the whole reason for it.
Right.
But,
Why did it happen? Yeah. What did he actually do to trigger that?
Right.
That employee. You know what I mean? So, but that man, I see that with employment. I see it politically.
Right.
I see it with sports and entertainment. You always get the story about, X, Y, and Z is this horrible person, but they don't really get like you talked about it earlier about the good things that we're doing.
Yeah, but it's the church church who's getting exposed.
Yeah.
I get that on my job. You understand what I'm saying? But we can't get nobody to sneak a video camera and send the corporate. I changed shift for that same reason. Being put in a position where I know me. You're not going to keep cussing me and disrespecting me. And trying to get clout to build your image off of me. You're not going to do that to me. So we done had conversation like, hey, I'm not the one to do that to now. Please stop. Slow your roll. But man, you don't escalate it like, okay, you can't do much because you're a pastor. You're a man of God. So, no, this is what this Negro told me.
Oh, no.
Literally told me. No, you ain't going to do that. That's used to be you. You mean to tell me you still the same way? So I'm now saying, okay, you trying to manipulate this whole situation,
right? To make you discredit your name.
So I'm gonna do what's best for me. I changed shifts because I knew that was the last time I was gonna come out the bathroom. You get in a huddle with people discussing me that don't know me and dogging me out. And so my thing was when I approached you, I was like, so this is what you do. She blew up because I caught her in the act. That you knew your delivery put me in an awkward position because you know I can't do that job well.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put you where you gonna be looked at as great. You understand what I'm saying? And so I can flip that to ministry, but we're gonna keep it secular.
Yeah.
But that's what I had to deal with, Tony. To where I had to remove myself. I could have been a Rob Parks. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And somebody sent me a filming right at the moment when I done went off.
Right.
But they ain't caught them.
Right.
But all you want to catch is me acting a fool. Because why? I'm the preacher. I'm the one on social media talking about the Lord is good. He's a deliverer. He's able. But that is what we're being exposed.
Right.
At that point, that breaking point when we had enough, Tony, when we were frustrated. Now that side of me done rose back up. And so that's why, man, we have to be careful.
Yeah.
I don't down Rob Potts because we don't know the full story.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
But I know as a leader how frustrating it is when somebody lying to your face and you know they lying. They ran your name down and they smiling up in your face and you still got to hug them, embrace them. And they need $20 to get across town and you got to go in your wild nigga, you just dogged me out. Like I never did nothing for you. And so, in ministry, man, you have to just act like you don't know when you do know.
Right.
And some people play us like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
We just had an incident 2 Sundays ago.
Yeah.
So it comes to where it Tony, I say this, man, it's just sad when you want more for people than they want for themselves.
I was literally,
that's the thing.
Just talking about this like today.
Yeah, that's the thing that, and I give God all the glory because I know me, Tony. At one time, I couldn't have did it.
You just shut it down.
I would have shut it down, bro. And so this is where we at. And like I say, it's dangerous because on any given moment, man, you're trusting people with your personal, space.
Yeah.
We have people we thought, hey, you can just be real with.
Mm-hmm.
But some people can't handle your realness.
Yeah.
And still receive you as who you are.
Right.
And so it's dangerous now, man.
It is.
Right.
It's dangerous. People looking for to go viral.
Right. Yeah. I mean, how can I go viral? And they'll create situations.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in. And it's funny because it's like everywhere you turn, somebody's got their camera out
waiting
on
to
their phone,
get that clip, man.
You know what I mean? And it's sad. Like the comments be like, "Well, why didn't you help that person in the burning car?" You know what I'm saying? Or whatever.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. So, but man, all I'll say is just obviously, like I said, I've seen the growth.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
And just keep what you got going in this new season. Sometimes, the one thing about it I'll say and I'll share is that make sure y'all investing in yourselves.
And that's the season we in now.
Yes.
That's the
we
season
have to invest in ourselves.
Doc, at one time we didn't know what that word meant.
Yeah.
No. We're so used to doing for everybody else. We want to say, like you say, we want the best for everybody else, but we got to start pouring into ourselves. But once we are fruitful and we're flourishing and we're thriving, we can now really do what we need to do and what we're called to do.
That was one of the things God gave me about a person who is a people pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
They will sacrifice their happiness, their time, their resources.
Absolutely.
Just to make sure somebody else is pleased.
Absolutely.
But they ain't pleased.
Dude.
I mean, like, wow.
Brother, man.
I said, Lord, you talking about me.
Yeah. Bro, this right here, I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I'm being selfish. I feel like that this is the time.
No, I said the same thing to Lady T when she told me. I said he deserved it.
Oh,
yeah. I've worked hard.
Sometimes, and I applaud you, man, because I want to be at that place, with myself, at peace with myself, that I can say no and move on to better and greater things without regretting whose feeling I hurt.
Right. And so I'll put it into the perspective of a child. A child don't want to move because they have friends down the street. They want to, but they don't understand that this move is going to actually be more beneficial for us financially.
Right.
They don't get it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That goes for people as well.
Yeah.
Like people do not understand that the blessing that has been put before us could actually benefit everybody.
Right.
And the thing that they said is crazy because I didn't understand, and this is something all new to me, Tony, because I have did so much damage in life to where me saying no, I felt like I was hurting somebody.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm gonna tell you, it was so paralyzing to my life, not just my walk with God, my relationship with God. It was so paralyzing to me, my relationship with my kids.
What?
Yeah. To where I couldn't even tell them no with simple stuff. Because I was always at a place where I want them to be pleased with me.
Yeah.
And they still won't please. That was the hardest pill that I had to swallow. No matter how much you do for them, they would never be pleased with you.
No, because I mean, when I'll use my son for an example. He's 20 now, and he's doing his own thing, and I'm proud of him. Even though that was my dog, you know what I mean? Like, that's my road dog. We did everything together, whatever. But they develop their own mindset of what life looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
So in our mind, we're thinking, oh, well, I think I'm doing good. No. That's not what I'm thinking about. Like, I want to do this over here, dude. Like, I still love you, Pops, but I got to do me now.
Yeah.
He wants to still try to please me to an extent because he always try to get my approval. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You're grown now.
Yeah.
So I get that. You know what I mean? But my mindset has always been, he's grown. He's gonna make his decisions. I gotta respect those decisions and try to support them.
Right.
And the vice versa with as a parent. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to say that to myself. They grown now.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
got to, I watched it. My no ain't gonna kill him. It gonna help him.
That too. That too. Yeah.
Cause all my life
That too.
it been yes. I got you. But in the long run, Tony, I had to sit back and think about it all over again. Here we go again. I'm on this merry-go-round again, and I live with that and try to navigate through not just life but through my marriage, and be honest with you, a lot of people they never understand my relapse, my struggles
Right.
was always behind pleasing people.
Yeah.
And now I'm at peace, Tony. I can be at my. I was telling Lady T, I'm at an age now. We was leaving the house, come ready to get in the car. We was in the car really, pulling all our party. I said, I'm at an age now. I can stay in the house all day, don't do nothing.
Right.
You're getting old, bro.
I am. And Tony, watch this. I never had that peace though.
Yeah. No, I
That's the peace I never had. I can just be with her, just seeing the kids running through the house, hearing the dog bark,
Yeah.
and just be
It's
happy.
crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. It's
And
crazy.
I always lived a life. I thought I had to be doing something
Yes.
miraculous to
Right.
be happy.
Yes. And I just going back to small wins, right? Now, it's not really
That's
small
one of
wins.
them.
Right. But I look at the cycle of life.
Yeah.
Because you always hear about, for example, I like driving, right?
Mhm.
Eventually, I'm going to end up driving like Miss Daisy. I'm going to be really slow.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually.
Tony.
So, but it's a cycle of life. Like right now, it's all about da-da-da-da, zoom, 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 zoom.
Yeah.
And eventually, I'm going to slow down, and it's going to be like, what you doing over there? But that's just a cycle of life, bro.
Right.
And I'm at that cycle.
Yeah. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'm at that cycle. Tony, I was you. Always on the go.
Yeah.
Never sitting still. Don't you know God had to take my vision to where it's at now
To slow you down.
to slow me down?
Yeah.
And one of the hardest things I had to do, yesterday,
What?
Saturday,
What?
is give my scooter away.
Oh yeah.
You're what?
My scooter.
Okay.
I literally gave it to my brother and never thought that I would give it away. Because you know what I was saying to myself? I'm going to get back on that one day. Trae ain't going to be here. I'm seeking a ride in the parking lot. You see what I'm saying? Because I never found to myself be at a peaceful place in my life doing nothing. I love doing
I'm going to
nothing.
be, so here's the thing. So I'm going to say this, we got to get out of here. So I crave that. Even though I stay real busy and I'm always on the go and I'm always doing, I crave silence and peace and nothingness. I crave it, but I know I can't do it right now.
That is the best.
I crave it. I really do.
It's the best.
I mean, I get mad because I'm like, man, I want to just sit here and. But I can't.
I'm telling you, when you get to that place, this is what you're going to realize. I did a lot of running for nothing. Or I did a lot of running for everybody, but
I just seen a thing last night. It was on Facebook. It was like a little TikTok, whatever it was, and it was talking about how all this stuff that we're doing for us to be pretty much a memory in the future.
Right.
It was kind of sad, but I mean, it had a message that basically said, take time to celebrate small wins and enjoy the little things in life. So the purpose of it is to live the little things in life, to enjoy those things.
Right.
That's it. That's what I'm at now.
True.
That's what I'm at now.
Me too.
I can be at home. You call me. What you doing? Nothing. You busy? Yeah. I'm busy doing nothing. I love it. I really love it. She's like she told me, we want to go to the beach. We can go to the beach, but I'm just.
I like to go.
Yeah, you seem like we changed roles. I used to complain about all she do, Tony, sleep.
Oh, and now that's all you do?
That's all I do, man. I don't want to get off the bed. I'm like, hold up, something ain't right. I'm you now you me.
Yeah.
Hey, cycle of life. Cycle, like legit cycle of life.
I love it, though.
Legit.
I love it.
So, all right, that was a good conversation. Like, subscribe, comment to the Carver Ave Chronicles
Yes.
podcast. The prophet came back in the building. We appreciate you, brother.
Woo, woo.
I appreciate
y'all
y'all letting me come in.
All right, anything you want to add before we get up out of here?
Mm-mm.
You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Well,
We'll
let
see
me
ya.
just throw, I'm gonna just
Sure.
throw this in there. My apologies. Learn how to serve from your overflow. You know, a person can't pour from an empty cup.
That's good. That's good.
You know,
Okay.
so learn how to serve from your overflow.
Serve from the overflow.
It keeps you full. You're full.
That's be a good one next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
That's
book it. We'll book it.
You never know what's in you.
Never. Hey, that's it. Right. That goes back to what I say. You know, when it comes to like just doing whatever in life, ministry, business, whatever. You got to just start. You got to just do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, and the overflow is going to happen.
Right.
How do you handle the overflow?
That's
I mean,
good.
we're not going there. Time's up.
Yeah.
I know, but I just wanted to tie it in because, you know, we was talking about social media. We was talking about ministry, you know, and all that good old stuff. You know, a lot of that won't really affect us when we're full. Because it goes back to what you said. We're poured into ourselves. That's basically what I'm saying.
Oh, God. Yeah. We have to. Carver Ave Chronicles podcast. This is Tone and Trae. Peace. Thanks again for listening to the Carver Ave Chronicles podcast with Tone and Trae. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Definitely subscribe wherever you get your podcasts for future episodes.